Hi, it's Tanya from the Quilters Market, and we are here for our sew along for the tulips. You'll find your pattern in this So Kinda Wonderful book. It is a sew along. You'll need the book for the pattern and also the ruler. And just a reminder that if you buy those at the Quilters Market through April, you get 10% off. Let's get started. So first we're going to start by trimming our 5-inch squares. You'll have 1 5-inch square for the leaf and 1 5-inch square for the background fabric. And we have our quick QCR mini curved ruler. As you'll see, there is a dotted line that goes all the way on that ruler. They're recommending that you place that dotted line along the edges of your fabric. You can see this is where we're going to actually place our rotary cutter to cut. You want to use a 45-inch rotary cutter because the 60 is too large and the small one doesn't quite fit, giving you that accurate cut, whereas the 45 does. So you'll open your ruler, press down, and you'll go all the way around. This will give you A and B piece. This is your B piece and this is your A piece. You're going to do that for the leaf as well as the background. So again, we will set our ruler with that dotted line right on the edge of our 5-inch square. Again, we're going to take our rotary cutter and we're going to cut right in the middle. So again, you have B piece and A piece. Then we're going to take our B piece of background and our A piece of the leaf, and we're going to sew those together. You're going to line it up, the two pieces, about a 1/2 inch from the edge. Take it to your sewing machine and then you'll start to sew. Holding the top piece or the A piece with your left hand and the B piece with your right hand. And you're just going to go along and sneak these pieces together. If you get a little tail, you can lift your presser foot and continue to sew. You want to make sure that you don't stretch the fabric, but together you'll sew that 1/4 inch. Again, if your fabric starts to sneak up on you, just lift the presser foot and continue to sew. You're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. The recommendation is to press towards the curve or towards the A piece. To press it nice and flat, turn it over, and then make sure that that seam is going towards the curve. You're going to repeat this step twice, having the A piece be your leaf fabric and the B piece being your background fabric. Have the background as your A piece and the background as your A piece and the leaf as your B piece. But we need to trim this down to look like this, which this is a 4-inch square. So the way that we cut or trim this piece is we need to turn it so that our curve is on the outside. On this ruler, you have a 1/8 of an inch here, and you have your 1/4 of an inch here. We're going to place this line, this solid line, 1/8 of an inch, on both of these intersecting seams. Once you get it perfectly placed, you'll want to double check that the 4-inch line, since that's what we're going to be squaring that up to, is none of your fabric is on the inside of that 4-inch line, or it wouldn't quite square up for us. So now that I see that I have fabric outside that 4 and fabric outside this 4, I can go ahead and trim this off. So I'm going to trim the outside edge. Then I'm going to turn this 180 degrees so that my trimmed edge is on this side. And I'm going to line up that 4 inches on the top and the bottom. This is going to be waist. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. If you like the Kaffe fabric and the batik fabric that we used for this project, you can call the shop and say, I want to make a tulip quilt, and get 15% off your kit. Now, all we have to do is put this together. You're going to need one background piece with the curved edge. You're going to need a leaf piece. Then you're going to need a background piece that is a little bit bigger. The dimensions for the sizes are in the pattern, so you'll have to get the book, to get those dimensions. And then you'll need another A and B piece with the background and the dark for the B. And then we'll need a smaller piece here. That's going to create one side of your leaf. The other side of your leaf is going to be 2 background pieces, then you'll need a and B piece, another A and B piece with your background, and you'll sew all of that together. And your finished flower leaf will look like this. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy sewing!